Welcome back. This is still News Insight. I am Amos Oluwapelumi, and I still have Engineer Kingsley and Barrister Philip in the studio. It's still nice having you in the studio.
Thank you.
Pleasure always.
All right. In this segment of News Insight, we'll be talking about Governor Fubara's approval of 85,000 naira minimum wage in Rivers State. So my question will be, looking at how, what's his name, Wike, that's the former governor of Rivers State, and both of them, I think they are rivals now. So my question would be, if Wike was still the governor of Rivers State, would he do the same thing? Would he put the interest of the people at heart? Pastor Philip, let me hear from you.
Thank you very much. It's very interesting. I would say that I don't see interest of the people. That is Governor Fubara's heart here, because this battle of salary increment for workers has been on at the national level, and the federal government has approved 75,000 naira, and Fubara just merely added 10,000. Don't forget that there's a battlefield in Rivers State to win the people's heart. Like you said, Wike, the godfather and the godson, Wike and his son Fubara want to control the people. What Fubara simply did was to see how he can capture the heart of the people. He had done nothing. As far as I'm concerned, in my view, he's not putting the people's interest first. He just told us that, look, the revenue generation in Rivers State has risen from 11 billion to 27 billion.
Yes.
Which means what indirectly is saying is politics. Wike has been pocketing some part of the revenue without making it known to the Rivers State people. Now, let that money translate to something else in Rivers State. That way we will know that the interest of the people is at Fubara's heart.
Engineer Kingsley, let me hear from you.
Yes, there is enough truth, in what he said. There is politics to it, but oftentimes, if politics leads to revelation, I am always in support of it. If you play politics by telling the truth, by letting people know that something rose from 11 to 27
billion.
I think I like that. Then we'll have to find out what are the factors that led to that increase. Does it necessarily mean somebody has been pocketing it, or the economic index itself, inflation, input factors, and whatever has increased? Okay, that is to that. Then coming back to the fulfillment, no matter how you look at it, it's political, no doubt. It's been driven from the national level, no doubt. But when you do things like this, you pay. A lot of them see it as governor that listen to them. No matter how you look at it, a lot of people look at it that way. And adding to what was prescribed at the national level appeals to the government workers. I'm not an advocate of increase of minimum wage, though. I'm an advocate of reduction of cost of living.
Yeah, you always say that.
I've always said that. So, but just to keep into your question, yes, Wike could also do it. Wike could. We have no way of knowing what any human being might do or not, but we just believe he could. Because when he was the governor of Rivers State, I don't think they had much complaint about fulfilling his obligations to the workers of Rivers State. There's not much that we heard of that. Okay. I think Wike could actually on that ground.
In addition to what you had just said, sorry I skipped that area. Wike, whether Wike could do it or not. If you look at Wike positions today, it's equivalent to a governor of a state. And Wike did it first before him. Wike paid the salary, the 75% to FCT worker about 2 weeks ago. So it goes further to support what he had just said, that Wike could have done it even better. Because Wike is restrained as a minister. He doesn't have executive power. But yet he implemented it in the FCT. Okay. So he could have done it.
So now that we know that there has been an increase with the internal generated revenue of the states from 11 billion to 27 billion, do you think this increase will affect the situation of River States in general?
Of course, it's an increase in revenue. Like I've always said, it is how they deploy that increment. If you deploy that increment now in increasing all the salaries of government workers, you will achieve nothing. Because I've always told you that when you increase the salaries of government worker, you have not done much. You have actually increased inflation because they don't produce anything tangible. They don't. You have sent more money into the market to chase the same amount of goods. You have achieved virtually nothing. Now, if it is the micro aspect, just the short-term benefit you're looking at, how many people work for government?
There are not so many. Most people now is private.
The fraction of people that work for government are just small.
Yes.
If you not pump all the money, so that is why I said it's about deployment of those money. If he deploys it into production sector, into infrastructures that support production within the state, yes, it will affect the lives of ordinary person. But if he turns it to handouts and all that, it's still the same inflation, it's still the same cost of living increasing. It's a cycle. You understand? So it depends on the deployment. So that is where it will come to the benefit of the people.
Barrister Philip, what are your opinions on what he just said?
Yes, I totally agree with him. In his previous statement, he said he is not an advocate of salary increment, but he is the advocate, which I also support, of the reduction of production, cost of production.
Yes.
When you reduce the cost of production and then you produce more goods, then there will be more goods available at the marketplace for the common man to purchase. And that will reduce the value that will increase the value of the purchasing power. So now he had gotten more money. What he needs to do for us to see, like I said before, he had gotten what he will do with the money is left to be seen. So if we are to advise him from this small position today, is for him to, like the topic we discussed here before now, that the governor should think outside the box. Now that he had money, whichever way he realized
money is no longer
he should invest it so
problem.
that the money will make more money for River State and make life more meaningful for River State people. He can go into private partnership with private investors who have the business acumen to manage businesses.
I really
Government
feel
are
government
not
should look
created
into
to
that.
manage business. They are to make policy. But they can enter into private business partnership with private investors who can manage their resources for them. For instance, if they go into refining fuel in River State or producing light, they can invest 40%, the private investor brings 60%, and then there will be light in River State, and there will be enough petrol for the people of River State and beyond. So let him, as a matter of fact, think outside the box on how to invest this money to bring succors to the common man in the street of River State.
Okay, thank you very much. And Akinsi, do you have any thoughts on this topic that you can just want to share?
As a matter of fact, I would extend it for him to think as if there is no boss at all. Because now he has an increment which he has announced by himself. There's nothing bounding. You know why I said so? The government, nothing prevents government from doing anything, not even the law. Get me right. I didn't say nothing prevents the governor. I said nothing prevents the government, not even the law. And that is why they should think as if there is no boss. Because what are the bosses? They make the bosses. You understand? What you make, you means that you were existing before what you made. Now, why is it that even law can't prevent the government? Because it is government that makes the law. The government is the judiciary, the legislature, and the executive. You understand? So nothing prevents them. And this money generated is under the control of the government. Just that the governor is the driver. The legislature are going to appropriate this money. Mind you, the governor won't just go spending it. So it's the entire government that is going to think as if there is no box. How do we engage our people? How do we feed our people? Self-sustainable agricultural system.
So do you think there should be policies that should be put in place or implemented towards this?
Yes, specifically. Specifically. As a matter of fact, why not get people involved? Get the ordinary person involved. What is it that affects Rivers people the most? What is the employment rate? What is the unemployment rate? Do you understand? Can't I empower them through those things that will outlive my tenure? Because each governor, like he said, initially he discredited. I always use the word discredit. He He emphasized the fact that it was all political. Can they think beyond 4 years? This box of 4 years re-election and all that, can they think beyond that? Even though it's agriculture, ensure that Rivers people are self-sustainable. Okay? If it's technology-wise, now that they are energy-based, can they increase their power generation, even transmit to other states? Take advantage of the byproducts and all this is coming in from yes. See how to be self-sustainable in all this. You understand me? There's no box that is guiding them. It should be a specific investment driven by the needs of River State people, not by next election. Because everybody wants to do what you do. Oh, put street lights in the woman leader's house. Put gutter in majority leader's house. All those politically motivated. I'll share money to the people, area boys, so they don't worry you again. So you shouldn't go that way.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Barrister Philip and Engineer Kingsley. It was quite an insightful session with you guys. And thank you all for viewing. This is still News Insights. I am Pelumi Amos. We'll be back shortly.